I didn't want to accept it. I said, you know what? I'm not going down like this. I had hundred. My dad gave me $100, and I left the country. I ended up in Europe, sleeping in pizza shop, restaurants. No one had faith that it's something gonna happen.
Welcome to the Creator's Adventure, where we interview creators from around the world hearing their stories about growing a business. Today's guest has an inspiring story to share. They've overcome a vast amount of adversity, going through war, dealing with cancer, moving to a new country, going to prison, having no money. They were able to build a seven-figure business despite all of that and still growing. Hey everyone, I'm Brian McAnulty, the founder of Heights Platform. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, we're here today with Siavash Fashi. He is the founder and CEO of Six Packs Gym, a unique old school fitness gym in California. Growing up in Iran during the war, he faced incredible hardships before moving to the United States in 2007 as an asylum immigrant with no money and speaking very little English. Despite the odds, he invested all of his savings and started his own gym. Six Packs Gym is now the #1 personal training gym in Culver City. The business now generates $1 million in annual recurring revenue, and Siavash finally managed to live his American dream. Siavash, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brian, for having me. First, I want to thank you for creating a space for people like me to tell their story. Thank you so much.
Sure, yeah, I appreciate that. So my first question for you is, what would you say is the biggest thing either that you did or you are doing that has helped you to achieve the freedom to do what you enjoy?
The biggest one, I would say, myself. Without growing myself, I could not grow the business. So this journey of me growing alongside the business, that was the most challenging because I had to knock out so many belief systems that I built throughout the years in order to grow the business. So I think that was what was holding me back, and that's been the most challenging.
Yeah, that's a great one. I feel like that's less often mentioned in that way that you did that. I mean, I realized it for myself. There's so many things in business that it's not even so much that you are learning like a skill, but you're realizing a belief you had is not the way that it actually works. The world actually works, business actually works, and you have to kind of make those discoveries by going through them.
Yeah, it seems like most of the time for us, of course, like your audience, people who are pushing it hard and entrepreneur, we have that, hardcore just push, push, push. And understanding yourself along the way, how you react to stuff, how you make decision, and understanding yourself, it will help you big time to grow your business. You can't be the person that was making $100,000 and expecting $1 million business. You have to change along the way and go forward with it. Yeah.
Definitely. So you have a crazy life story to share with us today. I want to take it kind of one step at a time. You grew up in Iran during the war with Iraq and faced some incredible hardships. Can you kind of paint a picture of your childhood and then like what motivated you to escape the war and move abroad?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's I'll always share this story just to hopefully inspire others to push through. In 1980, I was born in 1980, and 6 months later, the war broke out between Iran and Iraq and cost millions of lives. I remember being 8 years old, standing side of the road, hundreds of dead body on a truck coming home, and we were part of a religious minority, and in Iran they considered us as infidels, so they were not giving us jobs. My dad, the whole village that we were from, we were basically everyone was poverty was just squeezing us, and government was bringing people and hang them in neighborhood to put fear in our hearts. So I remember being 8 years old. I stared at these two guys. They got hanged in the street for 2 weeks. I didn't have any kind of feeling. The question was always, when is my turn? My dad was sent to war. You never knew if he's going to come back or not. The shortage of food, me standing in a line to get some bread, bring home, and we were 4 kids at a time. We were 4 kids. I was the oldest, so all the pressure was on me. The life was so painful outside. The only escape was basically being delusional and creating a world for yourself. Bodybuilding, boxing, chess, everything was illegal. Even music was illegal in the beginning of a revolution, just like what we're seeing in Afghanistan right now. So it was no escape, and it was only two-channel propaganda, just constantly showing war, and of course this ideology they were pushing on us. The war ended. We start moving from town to town, and I was around 18 years old when I got cancer in my right eye, and it wasn't treatable in Iran, so that it wasn't treatable. Everyone, anywhere I go, people would cry for me. You know, they think that's it. I'm gonna die pretty soon, and I was just, I couldn't. I had to. I didn't want to accept it. I was, you know what? I'm not going down like this. I remember just going to anybody's house. The people were having looking at me with mercy and they just no one had faith that it's something gonna happen. And I had my dad gave me $100, and I left the country. And I left the country through I ended up in Europe, sleeping in pizza shop, restaurants. But when I was in Iran, the biggest thing happened to me. I was around 12 years old. I saw a picture of Arnold. Bodybuilding was illegal. I've never seen something. I said, what the hell? Who is this guy? He looked happy. He looked big. And I was, as a kid, I was a lighter skin than all the other kids. And I had the green eye. So I was getting bullied. And I was it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun because I couldn't protect myself. Also, I was doing Taekwondo. I ended up getting black belt. But none of it was helping. When I saw Arnold's picture, I said, wow, this guy has it all. He's happy. He's by the beach. He's determined. Nobody gonna mess with this guy. Bodybuilding became my dream, so I wanted to be a bodybuilder. I ended up, as I said, in England, sleeping in pizza shop and passing out flyers here and there. But in England, unfortunately, we were refugees, and people didn't have a good outlook to us. Every day it was on TV. These people are coming here. So many ugly and my English wasn't good at the beginning. I didn't understand much what's going on. But once I started learning a little bit here and there, I was reading bodybuilding magazine to learn English. So at the pizza shop when I was sleeping, I was just flipping. I wanted to know how these guys, what are they doing? I wanted to be them so badly. So England was really, really ugly toward us at the time. At the time, people were a lot of mean word because we run away from our country because of the religious problem, because they were a minority and always discriminated against us because of the religion. And now here we're getting discriminated based on race. I was really disappointed on it. So I said, you know what, this is not it. I want to be Arnold. I'm going to go to America. So I bought the fake passport. And say, you know what, do or die, I'm going to go. And throughout the process, I lost my right eye with the laser surgery I did. Paid for it, and I lost my right eye. And they told me it's going to probably come back in 15 years, and that's going to be it. I said, you know what, I'm going to go pursue this dream. And I bought the fake passport. I came to America. As soon as the plane landed, they arrested me for having a fake passport. And because I was a little bit bigger and I could speak a little English, they thought I'm a terrorist militant from Iran. So I ended up in the first year of coming to America, I ended up in maximum security prison where they thought CIA, FBI, all these Homeland Security, they were interviewing me. They're taking me 6-7 hours a day, no food, just pushing me to break to see if I'm doing something wrong. After almost a year, of course, after all the background check, everything they did, there was nothing, and the judge, of course, granted me asylum. And at that moment, I told myself, you know what? They give me the chance to stay. I'm going to be a productive member of this place, so they'll be proud of it that they let me stay. So I came out. I was homeless in Chicago when they let me. I was homeless in Chicago. Then I called one of these guys who was in prison. It was rough when I was on the street because I had no shoelaces, no money. Under the bridge, all these gangs and everybody knew I'm out of prison. I could tell because of the code now. I learned a lot of code and stuff again in prison. So I said, hey, if I'm out here, I'm gonna either get killed or kill someone and go back to prison. So I called one of the guy in jail. He became a Christian. He was a Christian. He was always praying. And I called him. I said, hey man, I'm on the street. Can you help me out? So he picked me up with his family, and they throw a mattress in the basement. And I was just there. Sometime I go clean houses with them. Whatever I could do, I just give money, buy a microwave, whatever I could do for them. But Chicago snowed, and I hated the snow because I grew up in the snow. And I remember those days of standing in line when I was a kid, standing to get bread. It was reminding me of bad time. I said, you know what, I'm going to go to California. I got to be Arnold. I jumped on a train. I had $140. I jumped on a train. It took me 2-3 days to get here. I got here, And again, I was homeless in California, here in LA, a little bit. And I found a security job. I worked graveyard shift, but I was sharp. And now I'm going to Gold's Gym and I'm bodybuilding. I said, okay, this is it. My life, I'm going to be the Mr. Olympia. I'm going to be the champion. I was working as a security guard for a little while. After 2-3 years of working 7 days a week, I got my refugee passport. Now it's 12 years past. I've never seen my family. I've never seen my brother, nobody. So I went to Turkey because I can't go to Iran. So I went to Turkey. I saw them all growing, and here I am. After 12 years, I have nothing. I'm a kind of a loser. On the way back, I said, man, I got to do something. This is not working. I came back to my security job, and they fired me. They fired me because they said the guy had his own brother as a security, and he kicked me out. So I went to unemployment for being fired unfairly. They gave me $3,000 back pay. With that $3,000, I said, this is all I have in my name. I found a spot here in Culver City for $1,900. The guy wanted $1,900 for rent, and he wanted deposit. I said, hey brother, I don't have the thing. Just give me 1 month. I'll give you the rest of it. It was just an empty room with I had one bar and 2-3 dumbbells, and I put the gym, come lose weight. But I knew a lot about bodybuilding. I was the expert. I was really good at it. I was competing in bodybuilding. I knew exactly what I'm doing, but I didn't have any money. So with the bar and a couple of dumbbells, I would kill them. A lot of time people would come in and say, "Where's the gym?" I said, "This is it. Just sign up. Give me some money. I'll buy a mat. I'll buy this dumbbell." And people would actually, in America, what I love about America is people they have an abundance mindset. They think there is enough for all of us. I got help. People believe right away. They helped me. They saw the passion in me and they helped me. They didn't put obstacle in front of me. They encouraged me. They loved it that I was so crazy that I have this belief. They gave me the money, and I get him in shape. They bring their friend. I remember I trained one of the doctors that came here, and I trained him. I got him 6 packs. He was a young guy. He just graduated. He just became a doctor. And he brought 12 of his friend doctors, and that's when I realized how much I know, because they were all listening to my nutrition advice. I got them all in shape, and it gave me a lot of confidence. So I'm running this system of one-on-one training with them, but I couldn't get ahead. I'm like, what's happening here? I can't get ahead. I'm getting this money, I'm spending it right away. 2-3 years passed by, and then one day one of these clients came in. He was overweight. He wanted to lose weight, and he was a very soft-spoken, very nice guy. He said, "Hey, you're doing everything wrong, and the business doing wrong, and you should change your formula. Do it this way. Your business is like Apple. It's like a formula." I said, "What? I'm killing people here. You're talking about Apple?" So I started listening to him. His name is Daniel Rosen. He had a software company, just like your audience that everybody's online. His business was software. But his formula applied to a gym just like mine. It was a physical gym. So I started training people in a group. And I start making a recurring plans. Instead of you paying me for session, you pay me a monthly fee. So your monthly fee, and you stay in my system. I'll provide you the diet, the training, the whole 9 yards, and I get you in shape. So you can go in and out as any time you want. You can get refund at any time you want. And one of the things was I joined ClickFunnels community, and I started learning a little bit of marketing. And once we went to a marketing event, the ClickFunnels event, it was way over my head. I didn't understand what these people are talking about, but I was just catching a little bit here and there. So Daniel joined this program called Simple Operation with Alex Sharfin, and encouraged me to join him as well. So in that Simple Operation helped me big time to scale my business. At the time, I was just by myself. I was training 50, 60 people a day, and I was killing myself from 5:30 in the morning till 8 at night. And my gym is a little gas station that I converted to a gym. It's 800 square foot, so that's it. No gym in America, no gym, not even one single gym from this square footage make this much money that I am currently making. So Alex Sharfin taught me how to build a team. So I started building a team. Now I have 6 people working at the gym. I'm completely pulled out of the gym. I am face of the gym, and I attend podcasts just like you. Thank you, Brian, again for putting me here. I appreciate what you're doing. Now I'm just putting myself out there, getting exposure, because my next step and my vision for this gym is to have a small gym like this old school gym that provide no BS, just right to the money, getting people in shape. And so many people has been affected. The people of my community have been affected by this little gym. I built a community, and I want to pass this on to other part of America. This little gym serving communities, because I believe the commercial gym has killed the vibe. The stuff that I was watching from Iran, looking at Gold's Gym here, that group of bodybuilders, they're having fun together, that is gone. And I want to bring that, because that inspired me. So I want to teach other people to do the same. So that's why through the COVID, when there was a shutdown, a lot of people pivoted from going to online. I hang in there. What I did was, for 3 months, I sat in my garage with my dog, Rhino, and I wrote a book. I wrote this book. It took me 3 years to get it to this point. A small gym, big results. And those 3 months, it was a therapy for myself. That's why I tell your audience this. It's reflecting on where you come from and writing your story and understanding why you're doing this. And I was writing and crying, because I never reflected on what I did. I was just keep pushing forward. It was the best therapy, I would say, for myself. And now this book is recently became available, and it's out there on Amazon. And I'm getting a lot of great feedback about it. The next, as I said, my vision is to have this gym all over the place, and I will be moving to similar as all of you guys are doing. I'll be online coaching these people to start a gym from nothing, just like the way I did, with minimal equipment, and all the way to making it a successful gym like myself, and living an American dream, as you said it earlier. Now I bought a house right next to the beach in LA. I've all the muscle car, toys, a lot of stuff. So I'm living the dream, brother, and I'm enjoying
Awesome.
every minute of it.
Cool. So, yeah, it's interesting you mentioned Alex Sharfin. So he lives in the same city as me. We're Facebook friends, but I haven't actually spoken to him in
Great
person
man.
yet.
Yeah, he's a
But
great
yeah,
man.
that's interesting. So my question for you is actually, like, you faced all these challenges in your life, as you described. And I think, like, many entrepreneurs and creators out there have given up facing much less adversity than you have. So, like, despite all this, you still found that motivation to keep working on your dreams and never give up. How did you manage to stay positive when faced with all this?
I believe the way I have the way I look at people that they give up, I think they analyze too much. It's good to, I
Mm,
mean, everyone that I've seen in entrepreneur world, they are very educated people. They come from university, or they come, and of course that's an analytic mind. And is it good? Absolutely, you should look at your stuff. But analyzing too much will cause you doubt, in my opinion. I just wake up, I come to the gym. There's no like, hey, did I do good last month? Did I do? It's like at this stage, especially at the beginning, the growth should not, in my opinion, would be your concern at the beginning. The main thing is
mm,
connection. Make make friends. In LA, I know everyone. Whatever you need, I can get it. I know doctor. I go to doctor for free. I get dentist free. And any like my website is done by my clients. All my waivers written by lawyers here at the gym. I have saved thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars by knowing these people. And as I said, the great culture in America versus the rest of the world. I was part of that world. The rest of the world, they think if you come, there is less for them. In America, people think there is enough for all of us. And I love this. I love this idea. And make friends. People want to help you. Every neighbor here, they want to contribute to me. I come here. It's just like uh, the connection is back in the day, who had the power or who had the money, who had the, I believe these days it's all about connection. Look, I reached out to you and you gave me this opportunity. You just, that's it. I didn't spend money, I didn't do anything. I just reached out and you were kind enough to put me on your show that you put so much work to put it together. I'm sure you have editors, so many people, big team, and here I am enjoying this fruit of your labor, pretty much. So I would highly recommend to all the entrepreneurs that are listening to you, stop analyzing, get to enjoying it. Good things are going to come, and it takes time. Rome wasn't built in one day. Just get up and go to work, and with a good attitude. And people want to be around winners, I think. And people want to be around the person that smiles, not around the person that is stressed out. And so
yeah.
I think that was my
Yeah,
phone.
I think that's really important. And like the mindset is contagious in a way. So it's really important to surround yourself around those other people who have that mindset of abundance as well. And like
Absolutely.
when they see you have it, like as you mentioned, like you started this and they see it, it's like, wait, he says he has a gym, but there's not really a gym here yet. And but they see you're doing it,
Yes.
and like that in itself is contagious for them to want to support you, as you mentioned.
Yeah, and
Um,
iron sharpens iron. And one thing I want to tell the audience that are listening, share your vision. I've noticed a lot of people that hold it back. They think people will steal it from you.
mm,
No one can steal this from you. No one. This they might copy you. They might people come copy me, but I always share my vision, what I want to do, and I get people excited. They want to join this movement. They want to contribute to it. So by holding it to yourself and hiding it in a closet, thinking someone gonna you missing a lot of opportunity. A lot of opportunity. There is no way. If it's in your heart, it's your calling. It's your kind. There is no one can take it. Someone come imitate it, this and that, because they do it for money. You doing it passion. You doing it for love of it. There's no one can beat that, in my opinion. So have no fear and constantly be in people's faces. Put it out there that what you're doing, and people, the right people, will join the movement.
yeah, yeah, I love that because yeah, so many people are afraid of like, oh, I'm gonna have a competitor then. They're gonna copy me. But if anything, like the competitor can't beat you then if that's all they're going to do, because all they can do is copy what you've done, but they can't copy the vision that you have in your head of why you're doing these things. So no, the best case like scenario for the competitor is they're always a step behind you. So
Yeah.
it's really not something to worry
Another
about.
thing, Brian, is in my opinion, competitor makes you better. If you
Mm,
remember Muhammad Ali because he fought Joe Frazier, you remember Mike Tyson because he fought Evander Holyfield. So you remember people with the battled with the great. You don't remember the guy who fought some nobody. I want to, that's why I'm challenging all the gyms around me. I am number one, I'm dominant. Not because I want to, they have family, they need to eat, they need, but I'm making better. They gotta step up their game. On my phone here, I have 77,000 pictures and video I've posted about my gym on the stories and said, no one can beat me, nobody. There is no way someone can love this game more than I do. And he has to raise his love for this game in order to compete. And let's bring it on. I'll make you better. You make it. There is enough for all of us. Even if the
yeah.
guys competitor open another gym down the street, there's 700,000 people live in this one little town. So I just need 300 of them. Yeah, but my gym is I'm maxed out at 300. I don't take any more clients. I'm about two right now. About today, as of today, I'm like about 290, 287, 290. So for me, this gym is a mecca of bodybuilding. To me, it's a mecca of what I've built, and I want them to copy me. So don't be scared of competition. Bring it on, baby. Just let's go. Let's fight it. Let's fight it
Yeah.
and get better.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, there's enough there for everybody. Like it's so rare for a business to get to the point of scale that you're so large, you've captured so much of your even small market that you have to worry about there not being enough clients left. Um,
Correct.
and also to the point about the competition, like imagine like a baseball team, a basketball team. How good is a team going to be able to be if there is no other team to compete against? If you're playing against yourself, you're never going to be able to get as good as if you have someone to actually compete against. So
Exactly.
I
And the
think
win is
that's a
sweeter.
great way to think about it.
Yeah, and I love to beat the best guy. I don't want to beat the guy that who's not good. I want to beat
Yeah,
the
yeah,
best
exactly. Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, yeah. You want to yeah, you want to be able to play against the better people. It's what helps you improve. So
Correct.
if
Correct.
you didn't have that competition, then it's easy for yourself to lose motivation to think, oh, I'm okay with where I'm at. It's good.
Exactly. Exactly. You get comfortable. You go to comfort zone. Correct.
Yeah. So all right. So you started this gym. You're now like diversifying the business model more, and you have the book, and now you're planning to like scale it more online. Can you share maybe like what are some of the challenges that you faced so far in doing that, and what would you recommend to our audience who's
My challenge is
growing
right now that
similarly?
I'm going to online space. Everyone that I work with, they are so much smarter than me. I attend the meetings, and most of the time, I'm just nodding my head. I'm acting like I know what's going on. All these people are helping me, and it's just me having the confidence that, having the faith that good things are kind of like I'm doing this. I'm building this whole value ladder of how to license my gym. So these steps are completely new. It's a new world for me, and I'm just trying to constantly get educated. I try to. As I said, it's a kind of right now is a personal growth more than anything else, because I have to have a confidence of saying this is it, this is the gym, and this conviction. It's very, very hard, because from where I come from, and many of your audience, I'm pretty sure where they come from. If they're coming from bottom, bootstrapping, coming to a position that to claim this kind of thing is very, very hard in your heart. You know, you just kind of challenge the trauma from past, blah, blah, blah. These are coming up. I'm right now, I'm like, for example, doing, Alex Sharfin again recommend to all the entrepreneurs to do EMDR therapy, which is a very, very fascinating thing. And I recommend people who have a little bit of a past, try it. It's very effective, and it has been extremely helpful to me. So right
What is
now,
that? EMDR?
correct, EMDR. This is for soldiers that coming back from wars and stuff like that. It's a light therapy, and it's extremely effective. You see it on a day one. You do it, and that day you know that you changed. It's been very helpful. So right now, my goal, my challenge is all on me right now. I put my whole work on the gym, and gym is running like a machine. My trainers are here. I made them a leader. I'm constantly pouring the knowledge into them versus the client. Now that role has shifted. Now the shift of me passing it on to gym builders, this shift is very hard. So I'm keep coming back to my own client. I'm going back to my comfort zone, which was teaching people, training people. So that's that shift I'm working on. That's been a very hard shift. And of course, at one point was letting go. When I started having the team, I could not let it go. I couldn't trust. So that was a very 6 months of almost like depression. Almost, you just get so. But I went through that, and I got that one down. Now I'm on the next phase of it.
Awesome. Yeah, well, what I would say is from our little research, learning about you before I spoke with you here, and even speaking with you now, what I'm noticing is like your conviction for creating that content and putting it out there and making sure everybody knows about you and your message. I think that's something to be said, that like even though you like mentioned that you don't feel that you understand the online world in a lot of ways, you're doing something that a lot of people who might even understand the online better than you do are not doing, because they're worried about like, oh, well, what if this one's not good enough, or maybe I haven't learned this yet. And so I think you're leading by a good example there, that it doesn't matter if you don't know it all yet about online. Make that content and put the message out there.
I believe if you're the dumbest in a room, you're in the right room. So if everybody's smarter than me here, there's one way for me to get smarter. That's it. I can't go down. I gotta level up. So that's it. If you want, I remember one time I had a meeting with the Facebook, and there was a bunch of people were helping me to go, and they asked me, Siavash, put Facebook/business.com or something. I was having a hard time spelling, and 3 people that are the company worth hundreds of millions of dollars, they were telling me to spell it. You have 2 choices: to be hard on yourself, say, "Oh my God, I'm stupid," or "What am I?" Or I smile and say, "Wow, look at this! I'm sitting here with this million, and they helping me." And did they care? No, they love me. They love me for being so real. And if you have rough edges, you don't know something, ask. No problem. I've noticed, especially in the online thing, people want to be perfect. They want to act like, no, I show my clients, I show everybody my rough edges, my mistakes. I'm a human just like them. I only know one thing a little better than them, and that's fitness. The rest of my life I'm not perfect. The only thing I know more than you is fitness. That's it. I'm not trying to act like, oh, I know it all. I found the answer of the world. And I think that's been very helpful, and people love to help me.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. All right, awesome. Well, I've got one more question for you today, and that is that on the show, we like to have each of our guests ask a question to the audience. So if you could think of anything to ask our audience, whether it's something you're curious about, something you want to get everybody thinking about, what would that be?
I want to ask your audience to sit down and analyze. Next time when you are under pressure, how do you react to this? Do you fold? Do you go home and put a blanket and grab a pillow? Or you confront the issue? Or you get more aggressive? Which one are you? Find yourself. Why are you acting that way? just if you find this answer to this, you will get to know yourself a little better. So I'm going to leave it to them to analyze themselves on this, not to analyze the business, analyze themselves. How do they react when the obstacle hits you? Do you look for solution, or you look for somebody to just talk about empathy and stuff? Empathy. You wanna go find the solution. You wanna confront the issue, which, in my opinion, that's what I've been doing. But I'm curious on what you're doing when you're under pressure.
Awesome. Yeah, great thing to think about. All right. Well, Siavash, thank you so much for coming on the show. Before we get going, where else can people find you online?
The best way is sixpacksgym.com, and the best one, if you go to smallgymbigresults.com as well. This is the book, and you will see my story, and of course this is the best way to get a hold of me. If you go to this website, smallgymbigresults.com.
All right. Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me, Brian.